What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Eric Go, otherwise known as Oh No It's Eric Go, coming at you with another YouTube video from the hot, bright, and sunny Bacolod. And today, we are actually gonna drive a very special car, otherwise known as my Lolo's Jeep. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, Lolo's Jeep, that we lovingly call the Mad Max. At one point in time, it was a Willy's Jeep, and then from there it became what we call here in the Philippines a di pasajerohan, or a jeepney. So back in the day, after this was an army Jeep, they chopped up the back and then they made it long and then they extended it so that way Lolo could drive this and make some money so that way he could send all of my aunts and uncles to school. And actually, this Jeep is super special because without this Jeep, Lola would have never made enough money to put my mom through school, and she would have never made it to America and have become a nurse and given birth to me. So honestly, this Jeep means a lot to my mom, my grandpa, to me, and my entire family. But again, back to the history lesson. So it was a Willy's Jeep, and then they chopped it up, they made it long, that way about 12 to 16 passengers could fit in the back. And then after Lolo got some other Jeeps to use for his business, they chopped it up again, and then they made this funny looking thing, so now it looks like a Frankenstein postal Jeep with a hard top. But let's have a little closer look. I think those are Mercedes G-Wagon taillights. This is allegedly metal, fiberglass, Bondo, something, obviously glass. That's a fuel tank, but there's also another fuel tank over there. So that's pretty high tech, I'd like to say. Or maybe, if we look, maybe the fuel tank doesn't go anywhere. Ah, it doesn't go anywhere. It's got some alloy wheels, of course mismatched. It's green paint. I believe at one point in time it was orange. And as you guys can tell, it has great bodywork here. It's got some metal, Bondo, what have you. The wipers still work. The lights are probably older than me, and it has that quintessential Willy's grill, which I don't know if is all original. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how to open the hood, but we will figure out how to open the hood eventually. It has no air conditioning. It only has little vents on the side. The locks don't work, but that's okay. And of course, like the first generation Viper, it's got side exhausts. It has a Toyota Crown steering column, which is from a right-hand drive car, and that was a shifting column at one point. It has no drink holders, but it does have enough seats in it for about 6 or 7 people. If you guys are skinny, then about 8. It has some gauges over here that don't work, but they're original Nippon gauges from Japan. 4-speed transmission with gears that you can't particularly find, non-adjustable side mirrors, a rear view mirror with some rubber bands or zip ties on it, the cross to keep us safe, as well as the Virgin Mary to keep us safe during our journey, some matches because it doesn't have a cigarette lighter, and this tray thing for your change and other miscellaneous goodies like chili pepper and juicy fruit and scissors. And here's that fuel tank that I mentioned. I think that this is the actual fuel tank that we use for the truck or for the Jeep. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to blow up your butt, all you have to do is be a driver of this Jeep, and potentially you could explode. Like I mentioned, it's got a 4-speed transmission. Those pedals don't look very accurate, but let's take it for a spin, ladies and gentlemen, and see how amazing this Jeep really is. All right, so we're about to take Grandpa's Jeep out for a spin. Just realized there's no cup holder, so I'm just gonna put this on the ground and hope that it doesn't fall over. Neutral. I don't even think you need to put the clutch in. Actually, let's find out. Nope, don't need to put the clutch in. Neutral. First. Here we go. Ooh, we're moving. All right, so first impressions. It's a bumpy ride. It's a very, very bumpy ride. But the clutch is good, and it's also very hot. The brakes seem to work. The steering's not as heavy as it seems. Should we give it the beans? So let's give it the beans. So make sure I find first. Couldn't find third over there. And then fourth gear. And that's really it, ladies and gentlemen. That's as fast as we're gonna go today. Woo! A little bumpy. And the steering, as you can see, we're generally going straight, but the steering wheel does this. Oh God, there's a speed bump. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, this truck makes you feel like a modern day cowboy dressed in a Hawaiian shirt. Another speed bump. I apologize for the bumpy ride. Let's go see if we can find a quiet little place where we can sit down and review Lolo's Jeep. Oh my God, there's another speed bump. Let's see if we can do a little bit of a launch here. And of course we launch, and there goes our tripod. One moment while we fix that. There you guys are. All right, we're back at it. We're gonna go for a launch. Yes, first gear, second gear. We are now a race truck. There goes the tripod again. That's okay. Brake, going in for the cornering, second gear, downshifting with gas. Woo! Then I only realized we have 4 gears. But again, what a truck. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is such a cool truck to drive. Once I figure out how to pop the hood, I'll show you guys the Toyota 4K engine that powers this thing. Obviously, it's not the original engine, not the original transmission. Actually, I'm not really sure what is original about this truck. Probably isn't much anymore. So after finally figuring out how to open up the hood, here is a look at the inside of Grandpa's Jeep. So that is a Toyota 4K engine, and yeah, it looks like the Jeep at one point was red. It's been commonly debated that it wasn't red, but I do remember as a kid that it was some sort of reddish orange color. Yeah, so it looks like here we have the wiring, which is fairly new as I'm told. The radiator here, which kind of does its job. Horns, some sealed beam lights that I don't know how old they are, and they only have high beams, they don't have low beams in them, or at least the low beams don't work, and a very, very big battery. Let's go ahead and see it actually run. So that's in neutral, and there we go. All right, let's go for a little drive. So that does it for our very first episode of Cars here in the Philippines. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys want to see me drive more crazy cars that have been put together here in the Philippines. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one.